Now, your East Texas Storm Team forecast.
Good Friday morning to you, East Texas. Starting today off on a pretty quiet note out there. Not really looking at much going on right now here across most of East Texas. As we look at the temperatures here in Tyler, we're currently sitting in those lower 70s, about 72 degrees, and things are going to warm up once again this afternoon. Not quite as warm as what we've seen the past couple of days. And as far as what we see across the region, some storms up in Oklahoma right now behind a cold front that is going to be a focus for some storms for us later today. But not really going to do much for our temperatures. Speaking of those temperatures, right now we're sitting in those 70s down into Houston, about 76, 75 in DFW, 60 as you head up into Amarillo this morning. And locally across the region, looking at upper 60s, lower 70s. Those are pretty common to start off our day today, with highs expected to climb into the upper 80s to near 90 along and north of Interstate 20. Down to the south, we'll be well into those lower 90s as we'll have a bit more time to heat up. As we look here at the next 7 days, that temperature trend pretty steady through early next week, and then starting to see signs that we could be cooling off, especially towards the end of next week. And as far as those lows go, we'll be pretty much in the 70s through the weekend and into early next week before we do see some more of those 60s back into that forecast heading towards the end of next week. Rain chances are going to be increasing. We're talking about today a 40% coverage, and then also into early next week looking at some pretty decent chances for some showers and storms. And speaking of which, as we look at Futurecast, it does show quite a bit of activity as we go through this afternoon and into the evening, which could impact some of those Friday night football games. And then we'll have mostly quiet weather on Saturday, but about a 10% coverage of maybe a hit or miss shower or storm out there. As far as rain totals go, nothing overly impressive, but certainly could use the rain, and so any of this rain will be considered beneficial, as we really haven't seen that much over the past couple of weeks. As we look out in the tropics, the Gulf continues to show no signs of waking up. Great news there. Hopefully that continues, and it is expected to continue here for at least the next 7 days. But we are tracking a tropical storm. This is Gabrielle. Still very disorganized, but showing signs of organization. Right now winds are at about 50 miles an hour. Expected to strengthen though into a hurricane, but turn out to sea as we go into early next week, even passing to the east there of Bermuda. So back home today, we're expecting those temperatures right around 90, some scattered shower and storm chances. And then tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies. Lows will fall into the upper 60s. And looking at that spotlight game for you tonight, Tyler takes on Lufkin at Abe Martin Stadium. And we'll be looking at 80s for kickoff with partly cloudy skies cooling into the 70s by your drive home. And your game of the week is going to take place at Pirate Stadium in Pittsburgh as they take on Jefferson. Could see an isolated storm for your 7:30 kickoff. Those temperatures will be in the lower 80s, cooling into the 70s by the fourth quarter. Your 7-day forecast shows scattered shower and storm chances here as we go into early next week, just in time for that first day of fall. Temperatures cooling into the 80s for highs as well. And for deep East Texas overall, a very similar story as far as those rain chances go. No big changes in that forecast, but some signs of some cooler temperatures over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, some good news, Braden. Thank you. We appreciate it. We'll have that job board posting right here on your Friday morning next.